guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now, today's reading, we will be doing a weekly reading, focusing on the energy surrounding us during the upcoming week of January 29th through February 4th. So last week of the month, an important week, we have a special full moon coming up, right? We have the super blue moon, also called the blood moon. I'll be putting out a separate video on that for this week, so be looking out for that. So should be a pretty big, interesting week for us. For our reading today, we'll be pulling 3 cards from the Good Tarot deck by Colette Baron-Reid, as well as 1 card from the bottom of the deck for the overall energy for the week. And we'll take 1 oracle card from the Soul's Journey lesson card deck by James van Praagh, just for additional guidance and additional message. But keep in mind that these are general readings. The only way that you can get a really personalized reading focusing on you and what is going on in your life would be to get a private reading from me. If you're interested, you can check out my website, where you will find all of the pricing, the types of readings that I offer. The site is changingphasestarot.weebly.com, or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. Right, so let's get into the shuffle. I have already been meditating off camera and have shuffled off camera, but I will give the deck a few more shuffles here. So Spirit, what do we need to know for the week of January 29th through February 4th? What are the energies surrounding us this week? What are the messages for the week of January 29th through February 4th? What do we need to know? What are the messages surrounding this week? Energies for January 29th through February 4th. I want it to come out. Ooh. And that one too. Okay. One more card for the week of January 29th through February 4th. What do we need to know? The deck into 3. And the last card. And card at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull the oracle card, and then I'll show you the cards that we have. An additional message for the week of January 29th through February 4th. What do we need to know? What are the energies surrounding us in the week of January 29th through February 4th? 1 additional. Okay, that one flew out. Alright, so we have here at the beginning of the week, so the energy as we leave the previous week, heading into this week of the 29th through the 4th of February, we have Major Arcana number 19, the Sun. Okay, followed by the 6 of Water. This will be the 6 of Cups in the traditional deck. The 3rd card, or the outbound energy for this week, we have the 8 of Earth, or the 8 of Pentacles. And the overall energy for the week is the 7 of Water, or the 7 of Cups. Okay, and the card, the oracle card for the additional guidance for the week, we have Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Okay, let me just arrange everything a little better here so we can see things, and then I'll be right back to get into the reading. Alright, so I think we can see them better now. Beginning with the overall energy for the week, we have the 7 of Water. And so we actually have 2 water cards, right? One in the middle of the reading here, and the overall energy. So beginning with that the suit of water, or cups in the traditional tarot, It's a suit that is usually associated with emotions, our feelings. It has to do with love, relationships. Um, it can have to do with healing as well, right? Growth, healing, and how our emotions can, can sort of how they allow us to flow through life and our relationships. How our feelings sort of affect all of that and can push us towards, emotional growth and spiritual growth through healing, right? And I do feel that, as soon as I set the cards up here, I get the feeling of some type of release as well as growth and healing that has to do with this. And so this might be, you actually leaving things in the past, moving towards, or being in a better place now that you sort of feel more emotionally fulfilled. You're feeling um, more like that authentic version of yourself that maybe you always wanted to be. And for some reason, whether this was, a situation you were in or a relationship you were in, you were not able to truly express yourself, right? And to be that authentic version of yourself. So, initially that was really the message coming through with the cards. But let's go through, the meaning of each of them and sort of tie them in together here. So beginning with this Seven of Water as the overall energy, typically it's a card that it kind of has like a negative connotation to it because it does have to do with, yes, it's a card of imagination, right? The Seven of Cups, usually we think of it as being somebody, being very imaginative, coming up with all these different options, or maybe having different options, facing choices, or kind of, I always use the example of like, a child standing in front of a toy store or a candy store, choose whatever store that you think that a child might enjoy, and seeing all those wonderful things, one cup being a new game, another cup being books, another cup being, a doll or a toy, or, that sort of thing. And so the child has, all these options, and kind of wants all of them at once, but the problem is that it's all very scattered, it's this sort of scattered energy because you can't have them all, there has to be a choice. And then the mother comes along, or the father, and says, no, we only have enough money to buy one thing, so choose one of them. It's that type of thing where you need to choose, right? There needs to be a choice. It's a very sort of scattered feeling, with scattered energy. And so it does require us to kind of get out of that dream world, even though, it's good to have dreams, and it's good to allow our imagination to, or it's good to be creative and to come up with all these new ideas. And, if this is you, it could be you looking at, different job opportunities. It could be you considering, different houses, or, apartments, looking at different properties. It's in the love and relationship field. It could be you, um, you know, uh, considering or having many suitors, going on to dating sites, looking at all the options that are there. It's that type of thing. So it's never bad to have options, or to, allow ourselves to sort of consider all of these options. Usually there's this need to sort of, okay, well, now that you've, looked at everything, you need to focus your energies. Otherwise, it all just stays in this imaginary realm, and it never really manifests here in the material realm. But like many of the cards in the Good Tarot deck, this, it does have a more positive kind of meaning, or attached to it in the Good Tarot deck, the Seven of Water. And it really speaks of, the positive nature of imagination, which leads to, different opportunities, such as artistic endeavors, or co-creative, learning to co-create, partnering up with other people or with spirit, and in that there are sort of infinite possibilities that go along with it. So it's all about you harnessing those new opportunities, really seizing on these new opportunities, but more importantly, bringing them down here into, being somewhat like the magician, right? Manifesting, right? In this sort of alchemical way, kind of making everything manifest here in the present. So, instead of having all these castles in the air, you're actually bringing them down and, making them into concrete castles here in the material realm. So, it is good to keep, to be creative, but it's also important to focus your energies in order to manifest these things here, in your daily life. So with that as the overall energy, we begin here with the number 19 of the Major Arcana, which is the Sun card. And again, this is a beautiful card, very positive. I mean, there are no negative cards here in, this weekly reading. There's different kind of messages, I think, interesting messages. With the Sun card, usually the Sun is considered to be, the most positive card in the entire deck. And it's a very, it's a card of being grateful, of really taking into account all of the wonderful things that you have going on in your life, because it does represent abundance, right? The Sun is a card that kind of says, yes, everything is possible for you at this time. Everything is very much divinely guided and illuminated. Things, seem as though they are really going in your favor now. Projects seem to be moving along. Relationships seem to be going in the right direction. Growth is happening as well. It's a time of plenty, and so when we have these periods in our life, which, life does have its ups and downs, but when we do find ourselves in one of these upswings with everything kind of going the right way and, things really manifesting and, lots of abundance in our life, it's important for us to, really consider our blessings and, and give thanks for that. So you have this coming into this week. So this could have been, something could have happened, something that's, really brought this new, renewed or new sense of abundance into your life. It could have been over the past weekend or week, going back a couple of weeks, but it's you coming into this last week of January, really feeling, very happy, very, as though everything is going well and right in the world for you. Things finally make you sort of have clarity. Things make sense, right? When the Sun comes, it shines its light on everything. It clarifies situations. So this could have been, you really sort of seeing things clearly or things really going your way. It's a very positive card, right? Which brings you to the card in the middle, which represents, sort of the present, obviously present, or time being malleable. Whenever you hear this message, that would be, sort of the present time. And it goes back to water energy, but it's a card that speaks of nostalgia, right? It's a card that speaks of thinking back, right, to times in the past, thinking back to supposedly, better times in the past. But when we do that, and it's kind of like looking at things with rose-colored glasses on, and when we do that, it can be a little, what's the right word? Not deceptive. That's not the word I'm trying to use. Maybe, how when maybe at the time things really weren't that great, but when you look back on it now, they seem as though they were so much better than they probably were at the time. So the card really just asks you to, okay, if you are thinking of things from the past, people from your past, relationships from your past, situations from your past, it's fine. It's nice to have memories. It's nice to have that sense of nostalgia, right, of days gone by, but it's always important, right, to understand or to really see things as they truly were in the past, so, that relationship that maybe you still think about, maybe it wasn't that wonderful, in the past, but but now looking back on it, you kind of are looking at it in a different way. But it's, it's all about perspective and how emotion can sometimes color and distort, our perspective of what is happening or what happened then. It's also a card that has to do with healing old wounds that have to do with past relationships, and kind of also understanding that there's no way of going back, that there is no going back now. There is only moving forward. And what's moving, what is kind of going forward, going ahead now is this something new. And I do think it could have to do with some type of creative project, something, with partnering up with people at work. Because the outbound energy here, moving on to the outbound energy, is the Eight of Earth, which typically it's referred to as the Apprentice card. And, Earth energy, this is Pentacles or Earth energy, it's the suit that deals with the material realm, right? And it's really about us manifesting what we want, manifesting things here in the world of form, of material, material things. So it's usually the jobs that we do, the money that we make from the jobs that we do. It has to do with our education. It has to do with our homes. It has to do with other material possessions that we are able to purchase with the money that we make. And it's very, earthy, stable, secure energy. Well, with the Eight of Earth, this is a card that usually speaks of gaining knowledge, right? And this could be through on-the-job training. This could be you taking some additional, certification courses at work. This could be you actually going back to school, whatever that might be for you. This could be a technical college. This could be, university. This could be getting an advanced degree, whatever this, however it plays out in your life. So it could be you going back and either to perfect your skill or to learn a new skill, right? Maybe this new project has to do with something that you have been kind of fantasizing about and wanting to do. Maybe this does involve you partnering up with somebody else, but you need to maybe take some extra classes or get some additional training for it in order to really, make it work, maybe be able to perform whatever this new task is, this new project. So it could be you just working very hard, right? And it's really a time, it's you using what you already know, but it's also a time of you finding new ways to enhance kind of what you already do, and also being confident, having confidence in yourself as you embark on this new, whatever this new endeavor is. So this could, and I do feel that it, especially with this Freedom card that came out as the additional guidance, and I'll read that in 1 second, but I do feel that it does have something to do with career, with creative projects, with you needing to be open, right? Be open to learn something new. Pay attention to detail. Be open to partnering up with other people on whatever this might be. I do feel that there is, you are kind of getting clarity on something, and it seems as though this is somehow tied to the past. And if we look at the two, and we hold these, actually, look. Let me hold these three up. I don't know if we're going to be able to see them that well, the way that I have the camera positioned, but probably not. All three of the ladies, right? Each card has a lady. The Sun card has the beautiful lady, and she's looking off into the past, right? We have on the Six of Water card, the woman is gazing off in the same direction to of looking backwards. And on the Seven of Water card, the Seven of Cups card, I'm knocking everything over. She's also sort of staring off into the distance, but also looking back in the same directions. I do feel like, there might be something going on here where you are reflecting on something from the past, and possibly looking back on a situation. But what's coming in now for you, is really all about you looking, leaving that in the past and really looking towards the future, focusing your energies on this new job or new creative project, partnering up with somebody, going back, gaining new knowledge in order to embark on this new creative project. And just understand that whatever is going on here, it's very positive. It's, things are definitely improving, going in your favor. And there is some type of healing surrounding all of this as well. And I get the message from, especially with this freedom card, that there's something to do with you really, tuning into this authentic version of yourself. So whatever you are embarking on, whatever this new endeavor is, it's definitely more in line with, you, this authentic version of you. Let me read you for the Soul's Journey Oracle card by James Van Praagh. I like to read the entire meaning of the card for you. And this card says, your soul is open to receiving new wisdom and insights that will allow it to make the right choices for its own growth. Remember, you are never a victim of other people or their circumstances. You have complete control over your own choices. By following your heart and being authentic to yourself, you present the real you to the world. Making decisions based on other people's expectations is not the true path to happiness. You are responsible for creating your own reality. When a soul shifts to a place of honoring itself in its totality, free from judgment, only then will it find its true freedom. Every soul is unique and follows its own path. Don't give in to peer pressure or the urge to fit in. You are the only one who truly knows the real you, so feel free to march to the beat of your own drummer. And I do get that. I feel that possibly you are really coming into your own here, and leaving something in the past and embarking on this new possible, job opportunity, creative endeavor. It's really more in line, more in tune with who you truly are. And whatever it is, just know that, you are meant to be doing that. So I do hope that the messages have helped in some way. I thank you so much for joining me here. Don't forget, looking out for the special readings that I'll be putting out this week for the second full moon of January. So I'll be doing a special reading for that. And I'm also working on the February general readings, which I'll be posting by the 1st. So lots of things coming out. Stay tuned for those. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful week. Bye for now.